Yeah, so the biggest difference between Microsoft Power BI Desktop and Microsoft Power BI Service is that what you're likely to see now is not ideal for the various creation of reports and many things we've seen so far in the Power BI Desktop. So let's quickly access Microsoft Power BI Service by going to our menu within Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And over here we have Power BI. So it is in this area that most consumers, and I repeat, consumers of the various reports and Power BI content would spend much of their time. So if you are involved in the creation or the analysis or the processing of the different reports, you may find yourself not really spending much of your time here. But if you are a stakeholder or maybe you're a manager involved in the development of the organization and many other aspects that require you to constantly monitor that information or data, then this is the place you're going to spend much time in. As you may have noticed, it is possible quite alright for us to ingest data from this particular interface in here and begin interpreting that data. But if we go to the new report, for example, you'd notice that the options we have are too few. Compared to the Microsoft Power BI Desktop, where we had data that we could actually access from SQL servers or other resources in different locations, over here we only have two options. And the very first one that allows us to access CSV data or data from Excel is actually not a great one. Why do I say so? It's simply because this option actually requires us to copy and paste that data or type it manually, which may actually be very tedious if we are dealing with lots and lots of data. So this may not really be ideal for large quantities of data. However, there are ways in which you can actually maneuver that if you were to successfully edit data within Power BI Service. Now, the very first thing is that we have to understand that Power BI Desktop is the ideal version for the various edits and workarounds that we need in order for us to interpret different types of data sets into different visuals. So once we have that data on Power BI Desktop, we then can move it maybe by using a link or by using other share options, or we simply share as a user to maybe our SharePoint list or any location that we have on SharePoint. Or we can also upload that data to OneDrive. And once it is in OneDrive, it is now accessible from Power BI Service. And this would allow the various users we have in the environment to access that data from Power BI Service and be able to carry out different types of changes they may want to see on that data.